Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this quick little video guide on how to beat floors 13 and to 15 of Mushin Tower as a Warlock. So floor 13, pretty simple start, you just grab an essence from Chunksel here, spin the wheel and get a prize, by which I mean a boss to fight. In this case we're starting off with Cojin, who fights like Fujin of Naoon Labyrinth, being a lot of wind based attacks. So Cojin overall is pretty easy, I'd say. Most of Cojin's, in fact, I think all of Cojin's attacks are blockable. There are no unblockable attacks in his arsenal, but he is still very dangerous if you're not careful. Most of this comes from this particular attack where he kicks wind blasts at you that you have to block. If you get hit by 4 or by all 4, you're definitely dead. You might survive 3, but that depends on your health. That attack, I got pretty lucky that I auto-blocked, because if not, that attack will daze you, and if you are dazed or stunned, Cojin will just grab you and knee you in the stomach a whole bunch, which does absurd amounts of damage. Again, the 4 wind blasts, this time followed by a scything wind that is pretty easy to block as well. Gotta be sure though, gotta be careful about that tornado that goes around. You could have seen Cojin's animations when he summoned it. I'll point it out next time it happens. If you keep your distance, a lot of the wind blast kicking will happen. So, this attack, very important that you block this. If you don't block this, he will combo you, deal a whole lot of damage. But if you block that, it will in fact daze Cojin for a second and you can just go to town. There you saw the animation where he summoned the tornado. Here, avoiding the tornado is very important. If the tornado hits you, you will be launched and you will be unable to do anything about not getting hit. Here you see me mess up some of the timing. You see how much health that costs when that actually hits, so make sure it doesn't. But this fight is very close to over, as you can see. Again, summoning more tornadoes. Usually you won't see more than 2 tornadoes going around, and the second one usually doesn't. When the second one appears, the first one is usually gone pretty soon. But yeah, that's Cojin. Overall, nothing too bad. Of course, as you could have seen on the wheel, there is another boss in this floor. So before we continue on, let's take a look at that. So get another essence, we spin the wheel again, get another fabulous prize, by which I mean a boss. This time Cojin, who fights like a Raijin from Naoon Labyrinth, being thunder based rather than wind based. Important thing to note about Cojin, stick close to him. You will see me getting too far away from Cojin a few times in this fight and you will see what he does, which is not a nice thing to have happen. Same start again, just also remember to always take a close look at the colors of AoEs. Red ones, you have to make sure that you get your iframes. Now this is important. When he does this can actually be blocked. But remember, it hits 3 times with which overall takes more than 2 seconds, so you have to re-block. Now a quick way to get another block off, you know, whenever you want to without waiting, because there's a little bit of time, a little bit of delay before you can block again after letting a block run out. You see me do it here again, just left click to cancel your block. Now this bit is pretty easy. Just keep an eye on the floor, make sure you don't stand in any of the red AoEs, and you should be fine. If you get locked in somewhere, just remember you have a Bastion, you have a backstep, you should have a Repulse iframe. Now here I have, oh no, not here. You just get 1 more of these. I miss that, doesn't do too much damage, but it's really annoying. This one though is deadly if you get hit with any of it, so make sure you don't. Here, this is what happens if you get too far away. You get punched a whole bunch. If this happens, don't escape, don't use second wind, because he will just pull you in again. Just hold W, move forwards. There will be just enough time for you to run through Cojin. And by doing so, avoid getting hit by that attack that he just did. But again, overall, not too bad of a fight. If you get hit, this bit is really annoying, and you see me mess up again here, getting grabbed. But again, just like the time before this, just make sure you hold W. Don't try to escape. Don't try to second wind. He will grab you again. And that is really it for Cojin. Both of these, while stumbling blocks at first, once you get used to them, they're not too bad. So that's floor 13. Moving on to floor 14, which honestly I think is quite a bit easier than floor 13. But we'll get to that.
My million gold masterpiece. The pinnacle of Naryu technology.
Ready to rumble indeed. Meet Ironheart, who, all things considered, I think is an easier fight than floor 13. Anyway, it starts off relatively simple, just DPS, 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 until a certain thing happens, which you'll see in a bit. Right here, when he jumps up, make sure you iframe that. If you can do it with the backstab, that's great, because then you can get a free refresh on your Dragon Call Wingstorm cooldown. After that, he will just fire a bunch of missiles. 3 barrages, in fact. Like that. Make sure you don't stand on fire. After that, he will roll. What you have to do here is just block him. Block, it will daze, then just get more DPS in. Like I did just there. Just use Imprison, get yourself some Dragon Call and Wingstorm action. And then he will create this static shield. If you get too close to the shield, you will be repulsed. And he will fire this thing at you. Iframe the thing itself, and then you get a little fighter robot. Kill this fighter robot as quickly as possible, because as you can see, Ironheart is recovering spirit power. And when he recovers enough, he will actually start firing more missile barrages at you. So kill the bot, get the little electric orb, throw it at Ironheart, and destroy his little repair bots. He will do another room-wide AoE, and he will start firing missiles again. And that's really all there is to this fight. Just do this like 2, maybe 3 times, depending on how much damage you do, and you're done. So, for sake of demonstration, I will not immediately kill Ironheart here. I will just get some DPS in. Overall, let Ironheart do one more creation of a static shield. And fight another fighter bot. Now, as you can see, I kind of wasted my my leech for this, but if you have, because the thing about the fighter bot is it will try to do a lot of attacks like there that knock you down or daze you or stun you. It will try its hardest to, again here I get knocked away, knocked down. Just try to waste your time while Ironheart recovers its spirit power. Luckily, throwing the orb of electricity does a lot of damage. And it's easy enough to finish him off with that. Which leaves us with only one more floor to go. The final floor. So let's climb up this tower and take a peek at the man on top. The man that we have to fight. A most worthy opponent.
Fame, fortune, everything to dust. Forget all worldly worries. Get drunk with me.
meet the boss of floor 15, Naksun, Nightmare of the East, and a tough but fair fight. The first bit of the fight isn't too hard. Until he reaches 90%, he uses very basic combos that are easy enough to deal with. But as soon as he reaches 90%, which we'll see soon, is when the fight starts in earnest, and that's when you have to be careful. He will start drinking rice wine and explode and get level 1 martial arts, drunken martial arts. He will throw cups, you can block the cups, you can resist the cups with iframes like Bastion. Just stick close to him. It's very important that you stick close to him. Get some distance when he lies down, preferably. When he drinks like that, try and knock him down, because if you don't, he will become much stronger, and every time he drinks, he will become stronger. If he drinks Kaoliang-ju like he just did, he will use his martial dance combo, the final hit of which will launch you into the air, which he will follow up with a move known as the Crushing Lotus, which deals an absurd amount of damage. He can also drink soju. If he drinks soju, he will, instead of doing martial dance, he will start throwing cups again. So just be careful, take note of what he drinks. And every time he does drink, make sure to knock him down. Very, very important. Once his health goes down to 46% is when the fight really starts picking up, because then he becomes sober. There is where he became sober. And this is where the fight starts becoming really difficult. What he will do at certain points, he will jump to the middle. When he jumps to the middle, make sure you're ready to do some iframing. First, backstep, followed by repulse, followed by Bastion, and then block. He will do martial dance faster than before, and icicles will fall from the sky. If icicles fall from the sky, make sure that's why you want your Bastion, because if you get hit by them, you will get knocked out of your block, and he will definitely, most likely, just get you with his martial dance. Otherwise, you see the ice patches on the ground. If you stand in them, you will receive chill stacks until you get frozen to the ground, which, be careful of that. Otherwise, you will have a block. If you attack into the block, he will stun you, and follow that up with the final attack of a martial dance and then Crushing Lotus. So again, very important. Like this, again, backstep, iframe, repulse, and then just make sure to block and have your Bastion up. Otherwise, stick close to him. If you make distance, he will use martial dance. This is something that's also for the first phase of the fight. He will use martial dance most likely if you get, if you're not close to him. It's his gap closer, and it's a bitch of a gap closer. Otherwise, just always make sure that you are on top of your game. Know which part of his rotation he is in whenever he jumps to the middle and stuff like that, because he will pick up where he left off afterwards. But overall, not too bad of a fight, honestly. So I'm hoping that this guide will help people beat Naksun as a Warlock. Your block is your best friend, just keep that in mind, very important. Anyway, thanks for watching, and maybe see you some other time. Take care.